hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. We do not even have a mic today. I don't know if I left one of the pieces at home or if I dropped it. So I guess I'm going to have to project my voice. How's everybody doing today? You have read the title correctly. One of the jurors involved in the that is a part of the Alpo Martinez case, one of the jurors has contracted or tested positive for COVID apparently, and so therefore court is being suspended for a few days. I'm gonna let a couple of y'all, what up Iris, how you doing today? I'm gonna let a couple of y'all get in here. I guess we could just have a morning coffee basically in the afternoon. If anybody wants to buy me coffee, I am absolutely gonna accept it. We can use some coffee to go with some of the stuff. Maybe we'll sit down and I'll go over all of the notes from the last 2 days. Maybe we'll do that. Look at power. We got enough power on the phone. Maybe we'll do that. In any regard, I'm going to repeat this again. One of the jurors from the Alpo Martinez case has contracted, had came down with, or how do you say, they now have COVID. I don't know how we, I know they've tested positive. So basically, I wrote everything down. I guess somebody said y'all gonna cop me some coffee. So I guess we're gonna go sit down inside of one of these locations, and I guess we're gonna go get some coffee. And then I'll sit down and I'll go over the notes from the last 2 days. But first, I'll make sure that I tell you, I'll go over the notes that I wrote down for today, and then we can go and we can do that. Shout out to Iris Tyndale. Why have I been calling you Tinsdale? Shout out to Iris. Shout out to Jamal Fareed. There's this really cute girl in Coney Island named Iris. She just disappeared. I think she got a man though. So, yeah. Really cute. Then you got a man though. Anyway, what up, Jamal Fareed? He says salute, BBN family mods all in the chat. Hit that like button. Please hit that like button on the way in. Let's go get ourselves a coffee. I guess we'll go to, because I don't want to go to that one spot because they was giving me a hard time and turning off the Wi-Fi so we couldn't stream. So I don't really want to spend money with those guys. T-Moto says I gotta stop being like that though. He'd be like, man, why do you care? I'll be hanging out with T-Moto. Shout out to T-Moto. Hope everything going well with you. Salute. So basically what happened is juror number 9 has come down with COVID. So we already were not going to be in court tomorrow because Wednesday is a holiday for the courts. And on Thursday, it was going to be a short day where we were only going to come in for the afternoon. So basically, what ends up happening is, for everybody that don't get it, is that they said we might as well just come back on Friday, which makes sense. Also, if you watched the show last night, we did a Tonight Show last night. Shout out to Tada. We did a Tonight Show last night. And if you watched the Tonight Show, you heard one of the things that I said. And they basically linked to that idea again today. And one of the things that I said is that, generally speaking, we're ahead of schedule. Like, they said we're ahead of schedule. Do you remember what I was telling y'all last night? I told y'all that these attorneys, you know, they're not wasting the jury's time. They're not going up there, and I think that's one of the things, one of the reasons why Taxstone didn't get found guilty for all of the major charges, because I believe that the prosecutor in the Taxstone case, I think that they were wasting a lot of the time. This is just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I believe I think they was wasting a lot of the time of the court time. They was just, you know, replaying shit that was not necessary, just wasting a lot of time. And I think that kind of didn't turn the jury against them. I'm not saying that, but it made them less likable. And I think that along with a couple of other things, they probably would have got the major, how do you say, charge against Taxstone. They probably would have got murder one. But, you know, they were wasting the jury's time. There's no, and this is just my opinion, by the way. I think they did an excellent job. I think they were probably the most prepared DA I've ever seen personally in the courtroom. I want to be clear on that. I think they were just the most prepared. I don't think I've ever seen a DA that has been as prepared as they were. They were just ready. But I do think they were wasting valuable time, and they were just repeating certain things over and over. And I think that just turned the jury against them for the most part. This is just my opinion. Obviously, I could be wrong. But I wouldn't be surprised if you spoke to the jury after the fact. We're going to go ahead and get a coffee. I wouldn't be surprised if you spoke to the jury after the fact. They wouldn't say, well, yeah, these guys, it just seemed like they was taking too much time. Because that's the impression I got. Shit, I mean, this isn't no different than if I go to fucking any of the other places. This is, oh, that's a big... I was about to say, what the fuck? Alright, we're just gonna get a medium coffee. It can't be $4 for a medium coffee, I'm assuming. Anyway, give me 1 second. Hit that like button, let's send out some notifications. I finally have the attorneys' names today. I forgot to get the judge's name. These guys is doing a great job in court. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm just making my coffee. These guys are in court. They're doing a fantabulous job. They're incredible. I generally, there's very few attorneys that I've seen in court that I didn't like. Try not to share when I don't like the attorney. To be honest with you. There's very few attorneys that we've come across that I could just say that I just do not like. Give me 1 second. I'm just making coffee. Then we're going to run up the block. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to pop my book open and we're going to get to it. Like, even when an attorney doesn't necessarily have the winning hand, you could look and see where the talent is. You know what I'm saying? You could look and see whether they're talented or not, even when they don't have the winning hand. Just because an attorney loses a trial, that doesn't mean that they're not capable or competent at all. It's not the same thing. So I don't want anybody to think that any trial that we went to go see, an attorney that necessarily didn't win, that I'm going to side on that they was a bad attorney, because I'm not. You only could work with what you got, period. And a lot of these crimes that dudes are committing nowadays, there's no excuse for it. I remember when I grew up in a day and age when if you had no excuse for a crime, you just kind of didn't do it because, you know, jail. But nowadays, dudes don't be having any excuse for the crime, and then they still commit the crime, and then they wonder why they get caught, and they always want to talk about somebody snitched. Ain't nobody snitch, fam. You did a stupid ass thing. There was no out for you. Obviously, you did it, and so therefore you got to deal with it. That's what it is. Shout out to First Class Empire.
Date of birth, what is the date of birth, man? Just I need to take care of
How you doing today, my brother?
Yeah, how are you, brother?
Chilling. Good thing y'all just let me go because I'm live streaming right now, and I didn't want you to say nothing pertinent. You be like, oh man, I know that guy. He's lying. I'm like, oh.
How many viewers you got right now?
Right now, I only got like 25, and I just started going live.
You on Twitch?
Nah, YouTube. Let me see what we got in here.
Yo, my advice, stream on all the platforms, bro. All of them.
Okay.
All of them. Africa,
That's great advice. Currently, I got 7,000 on YouTube, and I got 54,000 on Instagram.
Because you got 25 active right now, right? 25 active views right now.
Yeah, I just went live like 2 seconds ago.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot, period. Because they say that if you have one viewer on Twitch, that's already majority than the majority of you people who stream, period.
I get a receipt.
Yeah. What's your stream name?
I'm BBNNETWORK, Jack Frost. I cover court cases most of the time. Have a good day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hate telling people what I do. People be thinking I don't like telling people what I do because everybody is always trying to give you some kind of advice. And, you know, they trying to help most of the time. Let's be honest. I don't like trying to give you advice and being dicks. I think they're trying to help most of the time. But people don't really know. Like, they don't really know. Like, think about all the people that might criticize our platform. And then ask them why they don't have more subs than we got. Ask them that. Ask them if they're so much better than me at this, how come they never got any rush to their page where they were able to eclipse me in views or followers. We got over like 30 million views on YouTube altogether. I did 1 million something views this last 28 days. I did like 1.4 million views this last 28 days. So shout out to the people I work with. I don't know if they want their name said on social media, but shout out to the people I work with. Absolutely incredible individuals. We did 1.4 million views last month. I got over 30 million views altogether on YouTube. So sometimes people are just talking. And I can't even tell you how many millions of views I got on Instagram. I did multiple months on Instagram with like 2 and 3 million views. So, you know, it is what it is. You just let people talk, be gracious, try to handle the situation with grace as best as possible. That's it. What up, Shy Brim? Just try to handle the situation with grace as best as possible. That's it. You know, because people don't always mean bad. Sometimes people are just, you know, they're trying to be helpful, you know. He's right. I should stream on all platforms. And I currently kinda sometimes do, kinda sometimes don't. You know, I don't make it a priority. Maybe I should. He ain't wrong. Anyway, we at the spot. I don't get Wi-Fi. So for the people that's gonna, thank you, appreciate you. So for the people that's gonna pull up and try to get them, music is loud as fucking here. We are not gonna go in here. Let's go in Chipotle. Let's go in Chipotle. Come on. What up, Mr. Jackson? Like, I'm never in a rush. Like, I'm never in a rush. That's one of the reasons why I'm late everywhere. Like, I'm never in a rush, like, ever. I need to start being in a rush. We're gonna find somewhere where we could sit down, chill out, and go over our shit. Somewhere preferably that doesn't have a shitload of music. So I don't know. I don't know if I can see. We're gonna try it out. All right, boom. So this is the book I'm currently reading. Alright, so I'm going to go over what happened today real quick. And then after we go over what happened today, I'm going to give you a real quick recap about what's been going on just in general so you can understand where the court case is at. This is good for me. You know, I haven't had the opportunity to go over this job. So first thing I'm going to say is, this is day 3. As far as I know, it's day 3. So jury number 9 tested positive for COVID. So it's going to be an off day so that all the jurors can be tested. The judge basically told all the jurors, like, I want to give y'all the opportunity to go do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, right? So the judge doesn't yet want to replace her. Also, she doesn't want to be replaced. She's not asking to be removed. Did it just get loud in here? Is it just me? She didn't ask to be. It's like whenever people see you live streaming, they start like talking louder. I don't get it. Like I'm talking pretty low. I'm not raising my voice here. So, juror number 9 tested positive for COVID. It's an off day. That's one of the reasons why the judge made it an off day, so all the other jurors could go get tested or do whatever they feel like they need to do, so that they're comfortable. The judge doesn't yet want to replace the juror. The juror also don't yet want to be replaced. She tested about positive about 7 o'clock last night. The juror number 9. So the judge says this. They called the jury in. What I just said to you was information that was disseminated before the jury was present. So the jury is present. They said juror number 9 is having respiratory symptoms. Juror number 9 hopes to make it back by Friday. There's no protocol for this situation. For everybody that don't know, there's no protocol. So what they used to do was say, you're gonna wait 5 days. After 5 days, you could return back to work. But now they found out that you don't necessarily have to wait 5 days. There's only like a specific time where you're really contagious, I guess is what they're saying. And so basically, the juror hasn't had a fever yet. And basically, when you have a fever, that's like when you're like more particularly give it out to other people, I'm guessing. That's when you're the most, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so they said that there's no protocol for the situation currently. But one thing that he did say is that, he didn't want to have to, they're careful about getting rid of jurors. Because what happens when you got to get rid of 3, 4, 5 jurors? Then you don't have enough jurors to actually do the case, right? So they're kind of cautious about that. So that's another reason why they just don't want to let the juror go and they want to wait. In any regard, using the CDC guidelines for work and school, that's what the plan is, that they're going to use the CDC guidelines, that's current guidelines. So that basically means that they're going to wait over 24 hours and then reassess the situation. So that's basically what the judge plans on doing. The judge is going to wait 24 hours, then reassess the situation. Going to be speaking to this particular juror today, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to see exactly what they're going to do on Friday. So the jury, so there's no court until Friday. That's when we're going to be back. Did inform the jury that one of the reasons why they're going to be off so everybody can go get tested if need be. Don't want to replace the jury. Since Wednesday, like I just told y'all, is a court holiday, and Thursday it was going to be a half a day, that we're just going to return back on Friday. And all attorneys agreed. Then he summoned the jury and to the courtroom, and he basically told them all of that same stuff. So let's go back all the way to the first day. I'm just going to go over, not over everything, but over the pertinent, or what actually I perceive to be the pertinent information and the important aspects of the case. So first thing, yesterday, last night, if you was here for the Tonight Show last night, we actually saw a video where there was an individual that said that Danny Parker is the one that told on Shaquem Parker. I know that to be the truth. We do know that the person said his brother. Also, we know that currently Danny Parker was allegedly, if you listen to what the prosecution is saying, Danny Parker was the lookout, which makes him an accomplice, which means that he should also be getting charged in this particular trial. Just so we can be clear, he's not. Also, in addition to not being charged in this trial, he's also not being called as a witness. I don't know why. I assume the guy had to have passed away because the only two options here is that he either passed away, right, or he's a witness for the government. They had a person that went on a show. I'll go over the show tonight. Tonight we're going to do it to the live stream again. I'll go over it tonight. But there's a person that went on the show, and they basically said that his brother is the one that told him. That's what he said. Just so we can be clear. And also, I want to be clear about this. They had a whole witness yesterday. They had an entire witness yesterday. Hold on. Named not Mitchell. I think it was Reyes. They had a whole witness yesterday, Reyes, that basically is the individual that had arrested Danny Parker on a whole separate charge. It was a forged instrument, basically. I believe it has something to do with a license plate. Danny Parker was double parked. Upon being double parked, the police went up to him, investigated the situation. After they investigated the situation, there was reason to arrest Danny Parker. They take him down to the precinct. And then they also, his phone apparently, which I don't understand why his phone would have been confiscated or needed to be investigated to the point where they're like looking through his shit. It don't make sense to me, but that's what it is. So one of the things that he did say was Danny Reyes was escorted to a FIO. A FIO is like a high-ranking police officer that wears a uniform. So it's like not one of the high-ranking police officers that might walk around in regular duds. This is a high-ranking police officer that wears a uniform. He's a FIO. They took him to the FIO. He spoke to the FIO. This is all in the 32nd precinct. And then after that, he was fingerprinted. Whatever happened. Also, this happened on December 1st, 2021 at 7 p.m. And then he was arrested, at least the arrest time is 8:20 on that same day. So basically what happened, just so we can be clear, he was arrested. Remember, the crime happened October 30th, 31st, the night of October 30th going into the October 31st. That's when the crime happened. So this arrest happened after the crime. And I also want to say something else just so we can be clear. What I keep telling y'all, and I'm not saying that this dude is doing anything. I'm not saying he's doing anything. But whenever we see a rapper get arrested by themselves inside of a car, remember what I tell y'all. That's all I'm going to say. Once again, remember every time a rapper gets arrested by themselves on the road in a car, remember what I always tell y'all. I'm gonna leave it there. Real BBN people know what I'm talking about. Real BBN people know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. In other words, there's reason to be skeptical of his arrest, and then definitely there's reason to be sheesh. Gotta ask. There's reason to be skeptical of the arrest, and also in addition to that, there's reason to be skeptical of the fact that he was taken to go speak to the FIO. And Reyes, the officer Reyes, also said that he was well known to the precinct. So all of this kind of lends to the fact that he might be around police a little bit too much. I am not saying that that's what happened. This is just the information in which was given to us. You can process it however you want to, just so we can be clear. Also, this was testimony that the prosecution, the defense attorneys really didn't want the jury to hear. There was a separate hearing had just to make sure that Danny Reyes had requisite information that could help in this particular matter. And I'm just going to be honest with you. He said more during the hearing than he did when he actually testified in open court. When he testified in open court, he really didn't say much. When he testified in open court, he said that he arrested Danny, vouched the phone. I think that's the important thing. The phone got vouched. Arrested Danny Parker, vouched the phone, right? That was, I believe, Exhibit 64. They recognized, oh no, pardon me. I'm not sure what exhibit the phone is currently. Let me not say that. But they recognized Danny from Exhibit 64A and 64B. Those are still shots. They identified Danny Parker from the still shots of the video, dude, and says that his hair was different. They arrested Danny Parker. The cross-examination from the defense basically spoke about how they arrested Danny Parker for a case unrelated. And then that was it. So most of the shit that was said or that he spoke about that was like really pertinent wasn't that I'm telling y'all about wasn't even information that was given when the jury was there. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it sounds like there's things that they're hiding. The prosecution, like how they got the information or why just in general. So I can believe that there's a chance that dude's brother is telling on him. I just don't know that to be a fact. So I'm not trying to say it is. But I will say this. If you're waiting around to shoot at somebody and you're waiting in a store, you're just asking to be arrested. If you're waiting around to shoot somebody or to commit any crime, and you're literally standing somewhere that by New York state law, they have to have a camera. New York City law, they have to have a camera. You are asking to be found to get arrested. That's what I'm gonna say. So I'm not saying that these are things that he did. I'm not saying that these are things that he's a part of. But if you are somewhere, and remember, all of these commercial establishments, they're kind of obligated to have cameras nowadays, especially stores, bodegas. They're obligated, like they don't have no choice. If you're standing around in one of these places right before you commit a crime, or you commit a crime and you go directly to one of these places, you are literally asking to be arrested. I just want to be clear on this. Yes. This ain't the 1980s no more. This ain't the 1990s no more. This ain't even the early 2000s when you could go pull off the jokes and then run somewhere where it's heavily populated. Like you could pull a jokes in the 80s and in the 90s, and then you could run up in the store and you're gonna get away. I'm telling you, you're gonna get away. You understand? Nowadays, it's not possible. That's why I keep saying people have to stop and be a little bit more cognizant of what's going on in the world. You gotta stop, man. Is there any questions anybody have? I don't even think about subs, man, to be honest with you. I don't try to get more subs. I don't even try to get more subs. I don't think about that. Yeah, soon we're gonna be to 100K. Maybe, maybe not. I don't even think about that. If you realize I didn't even talk about that. I don't think about it. It's not something that I think about. I'm more concerned about the content we're producing. If you build it, they will come. So I'm more concerned about the content. I'm not really concerned about how many people. I'm just not. What up, Fox? Salute. Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions at all? Come on, let's go. Yes, I'm not. Just so we can be clear, I'm not one of those people that's sitting around. When you hear me tell somebody how many subs we got, 9 times out of 10, That's because please stop trying to tell me how to do what I'm doing. That's all that be. So you got a question what? Regarding me personally? I'm not taking no personal questions. Unless you some chick that's trying to, hang out and you want to know how we gonna make that be possible. First, I like them petite. I just telling you what it is. I like petite and cute. That's one. So all of the shorties that might be fine as hell. Alright, ask the question, Shah. So all of the shorties that might be fine as hell, but you got like BBLs and shit like that, I'm really not interested. Like super, I'm not interested. You might be, I could look at you and say, you fine, but you might not be for me. That's not what I want. I'm not really, I like petite. Oh, we can talk about the pastor. I should do a video on dude today. I like petite. Your ass don't be the fattest ass in the world, just gotta fit the body. If your butt fits your body, then we probably good. I don't like the BBLs, I don't like the super humongous tits. Even though all the chicks that I've seen to date have super humongous tits. You know why? Because they be the ones that come up to me. You know what? Big breasts make chicks confident. So that's why I'm always dating big breast chicks. Because those be the ones that come up to me and talk to me. Shout out to Kyra Knowles. Pastor Lamar just got what they gave him 9 years, I believe. I believe they gave Pastor Lamar 9 years. I think that he gave people up in order to only get 9 years, man. I think that a dude like that is immediately working with the government. What are you talking about? They probably send him somewhere where there's nothing. Like this, he don't gotta worry about violence. They're gonna take care of him most likely. They're gonna most likely take care of Pastor Lamar. Just telling you what it is. Look at what kind of, like, the dude was stealing from old ladies. He was stealing old ladies' pensions. What make you... Hold on. The dude was stealing old ladies' pensions. Anybody that would do that, I would assume, would also snitch on niggas. Let's just keep it a stack. If you're gonna steal from an old lady, if you're gonna steal from old people in general, old men, old women, if you're gonna rob them or grip them out of their shit, fam, of course you're gonna snitch on niggas. Of course you're gonna tell in order to not. I'm hoping that lady at the door moves so we can go sit over there. Of course you're gonna snitch on niggas. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that he did. You think he mentioned what at sentencing? I wish I would have knew. I would have went to his sentencing. I should have went to his case. I think it was bananas. He's a weirdo. He's a whole weirdo. But y'all love weirdos though. Like people love weirdos nowadays. Like straight up honest people. People don't like us. People don't like us. You get a weirdo, people jump right on board. You get an honest person, they gonna try you 1,000,000 times before they'll believe that you honest. But you get a weirdo, they'll just believe the weirdo is a good person. They just believe what the weirdo says. But an honest person gotta jump through hoops in order to get people to believe them. An honest person has to jump through hoops in order to get people to have faith in them. But weirdos, people believe them right off the rip. Like right off the rip. They'll know you're a weirdo. Shah Brim says certain people he's gonna give up because he's mad he got caught and only him. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said before, he's a weirdo, fam. You can look at the dude and tell the dude's a weirdo. You understand? Yeah, they make honest people jump through hoops. Like, I want everybody to be in God's favor. But when a person is a bad person and they just doing evil out in the world, I can't be too mad at them. Because who in the hell wants the world to hate them? And if you're an honest person and if you out here trying to do good, the world hates you. Who wants the world to hate them? Not everybody is strong enough to live every day with the world just hating them for no reason. Not everybody got strength like that, man. Niggas fold. You understand? They go through one day of hating and they just turn into whatever the other people want them to be. So they don't have to be hated no more. Niggas fold. So I can't blame a person, you know, if they don't got the strength to endure constant, everyday hate. Every single day. You understand what I'm saying? I can't blame them. I'm not gonna do that. Fuck them niggas. I can't blame somebody. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care how much hate you give me. I'm rocking with the Lord, period. I understand I'm gonna be hated. I understand people gonna want me dead. I understand people are gonna try everything they can to destroy me. I get it. I 100% get it. But I'm doing what I do, and I'm gonna try my best to always try to do what I believe the Lord wants me to do, what the Most High wants me to do. And I know I'm gonna be hated for it. It's what it is. It is what it is. When I go to Coney Island, they follow me around to try to ruin my life. Y'all see them? They follow me around, trying to do everything they can to make sure that my life is bad. I ain't break. I ain't fall. Nigga, I'm not giving in. Y'all gonna have to kill me. I'm just saying what it is. Any other questions? Any other questions? Shout out to Iris for the coffee. If anybody wants to buy me lunch, I'm accepting. We in, what we in? We in Chipotle. If anybody wants to buy me a lunch, I'm accepting. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. People, that's what I'm telling you, I can't blame anybody. I don't encourage it, but I can't blame anybody at all for not wanting to be hated. I can't blame nobody. I could just imagine all of the people that see what I go through, so they just say fuck it, and they give in and just go do evil shit so they don't have to go through what I'm going through. I could just imagine. No, it is what it is. Any other questions? Put it in the chat. I found out what the attorneys' names are. Shout out to that. The prosecution lead attorney, I believe, is Sandra Strain. The other attorney is Lucy Nicholas. Fuck. Nicholas. Then the defense attorneys, the main one that's doing the talking, her name is Erin Darcy, and her co-counsel is Omar Fortune. Shop Brim says the more knowledge you gain, the more wise you become, the more wise, the more hate. We live in a world where people say, okay, so I'm going to explain to you what Rome did. Rome did this. So what Rome did was when Rome took over a place, Rome didn't say that you had to get rid of your customs. What Rome said was, you just have to honor our customs, and we'll honor your customs. So whatever weirdo-ass customs y'all got, we'll honor those customs. But y'all just also have to honor our customs. That's one of the reasons why I don't trust people that don't fuck with me unless I'm doing whatever weirdo shit that they're doing. So if somebody is doing something that I don't necessarily agree with, and they can't just let me go live my life, their whole thing is they're gonna make my life difficult unless I adhere to the same policies of living that they do. That's literally what Rome did. That's what Satan does, and that's what evil does. They say, we know what you're doing is hedonistic, but hell, what we're doing is hedonistic also. What God says is, what you're doing that's wrong, you need to stop. see the difference? So I don't shit on what nobody else is doing, but if you try to incorporate me into it, I'm gonna have a problem. I'm gonna have an issue. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing other things, man. If you try to incorporate me into whatever these shenanigans is that you're doing, then yeah, I don't like you. But even if you're doing those shenanigans over there, minding your business and staying out of my business, I don't have no feelings towards you. I have no dislike. I have no like. I can't like you. I don't know you. And I don't have no dislike towards you. You're not doing anything to me. In any regard, put it in the chat. I want to know what you're talking about. What y'all want to talk about? Ask me a question about the case. I know one thing. The exhibit's going all the way up into the 60s. So, sheesh. Allegedly, and I want to be clear on this. Let's talk about the video evidence that they have. So, allegedly, some of the video evidence that they have, they acquired this way. Dude, for whatever their reasons are, they was hanging out inside of a store, allegedly, before this actual crime was committed. They were in the store. Murder. Like, you can literally just Google that. Why are you asking me stuff you can Google, fam? We're not doing this. Man, you can literally just Google that. Is this one of those things where you're trying to figure out how to argue with me? I'm just curious. In any regard, they were inside of a store before this happened. Specifically, Danny Parker. They have video of him inside of the store right before it happened. He walks outside of the store. Him and his brother walk around, allegedly, walk around the vehicle, basically casing the scene while Alpo is in the truck speaking with someone. He's like, people coming up to the truck and he's talking. They're casing the scene. And then allegedly, the brother goes back to the store. Shaquem, that's the one that's on trial. He is on the other side of the vehicle. So basically, the vehicle is here, one of them is here, one of them is here, and they're looking down the block at each other, basically. Danny gives Shaquem, allegedly, gives Shaquem the go-ahead. Shaquem then walks up to the driver's side of the car and hits it, bam, bam. And that's basically, allegedly, what they're saying happened. Then they're saying from there, they tracked Shaquem or Danny. I don't know if they're saying they tracked both of them or one of them, but they tracked one of them going back to the Bronx, and that's why they subpoenaed video from Macom's Dam Bridge from in that area, and they subpoenaed, hold on, I'll tell you exactly which buildings they subpoenaed real quick. They subpoenaed video footage. I mean, I'm assuming they subpoenaed it, but they have the video footage from 1734 Townsend Avenue for the dates of October 30th and October 31st. But they also have video from another location. And basically, this is how they tracked the assailant, or the alleged individuals involved in this crime. They tracked them back to a home address, or they tracked them back to their girlfriend's address, one of the two. I'm gonna have to make separate notes. Separate. So I just like making notes. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like making notes. I like making notes. I don't know why. I just do. I like taking notes. And I just was thinking about a way to streamline the notes that I currently have. So I'm literally sitting here thinking, you know what? I need to reorganize these notes so I can streamline them. 1734 Townsend was one of the locations. The other ones is McCombs. But it's the other 2633 7th Avenue is the other camera. 2633 7th Avenue over there near the McCombs Bridge. That's way up in Harlem. I remember back in the days, that's where everybody went to go get the killers at. Now in Harlem in the Bronx. I'm telling you what, I'm just speaking facts, man. If I'm saying anything wrong, put it in the chat. Harlem in the Bronx. Just saying. Hold on, I might be able to use the microphone from this. Give me 1 second. Let me know if y'all hear me a little better. But back in the days, that's where everybody was going to get the killers from, Harlem in the Bronx. Somebody just went to Starbucks. I think I'm in Starbucks. So they probably called the police on me and shit. The police is walking in Starbucks. They might just be going to get coffee. But I think they might think I'm in Starbucks, so they called the police on me. Any other questions? And also, just so, allegedly, the defense is going to use the defense that the police didn't do their due diligence, that the police didn't try to get find any of the possible suspects, that the police didn't do a good job in trying to find the real killers of Alpo, right? So what they've been doing in court, the prosecution, is they've been forcing the jury to sit there while they played video of the police investigating the case. And that might be one of the reasons why we have so many police get on the stand just to talk up there for like 2 seconds. So we've had a lot of police get on the stand, just only talk for like 2 seconds, and then the defense doesn't even have a thing to ask them, and they're like, no questions. Look, yeah, the police walked in there, and there was some dude in there charging his phone or whatever the case is. He just immediately just got himself together and he's leaving out. He was just chilling. He immediately got himself together and he just leaving out. For everybody that don't know, there's a homeless shelter around here. So he might have just been in there chilling. And then police, this is why I mean by a lot of times people be calling the police on me and y'all be messing up other people's lives. Because y'all know I'm not doing nothing. Y'all just, doing bullshit. Because niggas is bullshit. Y'all be messing up other people's lives, and a lot of these people's lives y'all be affected. It be people that don't really got nothing. It be people that's down on their luck. It be people that need help and need assistance. Y'all just be doing shit. Screwing those people over. Niggas just be regular niggas, man. It's hard, you know. Life ain't hitting at the moment the way, you know, they would want it to. They just be fucking their lives up, making shit worse. Any other questions y'all want to ask? I will say this. They have the one police officer. Basically, he was collecting evidence for the lead detective. One detective. He was collecting the evidence to give to the lead detective, and somehow he lost the damn book that he wrote down information. And allegedly, it fell out of his pocket on a rainy night, and it was, I'm not sure if he picked it up, it was just, you know, unreadable, or if he just lost it, and then he figured it out later. But the wild part is, he doesn't even know if this is the book that has information in it. So how do you, so you don't denote what your books are? You can't check the books that you didn't lose in order to figure out whether this is the book or not. So, I don't know. There's a lot of weird shit going on both sides. On the prosecution side specifically. And the defense side, I'm not going to say weird shit, because the prosecution, I don't know if they had anything to do with that. But, you know, that's weird shit. And dude, when he was testifying, was getting all caught up in his words. It was sounding like he didn't know what to say next. He looked like he started sweating. So, it's what you want to do about it. Hit the like button. What y'all want to talk about, man? What up, Zakari? Hello. Zakari and Eva May. Eva May? Did I say that right? Come on, what else y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk about this case? I'll talk about this case. For everybody that don't know, that just came in, we're going to be off for a couple of days because one of the jurors just tested positive for COVID. They were having respiratory problems, and then they ended up going to the hospital, I guess, and they tested positive for COVID. One of the jurors. Tested positive 7 p.m. last night. The judge does not want to replace her. They don't know exactly what they're going to do currently. But they're going to wait until Friday before they make the next decision. The judge doesn't want to replace her. She doesn't. The judge doesn't want to replace the juror. The juror doesn't want to be replaced. This isn't a situation like somebody's trying to get out of jury duty allegedly. The juror allegedly hopes to make a comeback to court. There is no proper protocol for this particular situation. So basically, they're following the CDC guidelines that they currently use for work and school. So on Friday, when we get back to court, then they'll give us more information, particularly about what they think about what's going to actually happen, just so we can be clear. Also said that we're going to have the day off specifically so the jury could go get tested. And since Wednesday was going to be an off day anyway, because it is a holiday for the courts, and Thursday we was only going to have a half a day, we were only coming in for the afternoon, that's why the judge said, you know what, we might as well just come back on Friday and see where everything stands. Remember, Friday can still be a day where everybody could come in if the juror isn't feeling well, given no other jurors also pick up symptoms, right? Should know by Friday. If the juror isn't also feeling well, you know, we could then still come back on Monday and the juror should be well on Monday, because remember, the previous guidelines was 5 days. So today's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Boom. So coming back on Monday, that should be okay in any regard. So I guess that's what they're basically going to be doing. You know, trying to keep the juror, not trying to have to switch out the juror, because it'll be really effed up if, say, 4 jurors go down, and now what are you going to do with the trial? Are you just going to postpone, suspend the trial until the jurors can come back, or are you just going to, have to get a new jury and redo all of this shit? They don't want to redo everything. There's a schedule. All courts have a schedule. All attorneys agreed to this, by the way. All attorneys agreed to this. So nobody is taken off guard, or nobody seems like they were upset. Because remember, especially if you're the defense counsel, and I'm not saying that they're getting mollywopped in court personally, but you know, it'll help the defense more than the prosecution to have a couple of more days in order to be able to figure out what they want to do with the evidence that's currently going to be used against them. It'll be beneficial to them to have a couple of more days. You can't hurt. Did I say that right? Even me and Sakari? Curious. And it's a nice day today. I might go play some basketball. Should I say I might go shoot by myself? I don't really think about going to play basketball no more. I just think about going to the park and shoot by myself. If I play a game, I play. But not that big of a deal. I don't really care. If I play a game, I play a game. But if not, I might go shoot something. I might go shoot today, you know, work on the jump shot. I enjoy working on the jump shot. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Come on, man. I mean, I could be on the way home, fam. What y'all want to talk about? I could be literally on the way home. We got a lot of stuff that we got to do over here. I haven't told y'all. I guess I'll put y'all on the game. So we just got LLC up recently. I remember you, little bounce. I don't know if you're trying to troll me or not, but I'm not going to play with it. Explain to me what you're talking about. What are you talking about? I don't know who that is, and I'm not saying their name because of what their name is. Explain to me how they look, and I'll tell you whether I saw them or not. That part. I don't know nobody by that name. The only person I know by that name was that white rapper from like the late 90s, early 2000s. That's it. I don't even know, it wasn't even that far back. The late aughts, early 10s. It's the only person I know by that name. I don't know who that is you're talking about. And I'm not saying that word. There you go. Thought I was playing with you, didn't you? Thought I was playing? Wasn't playing. Anybody else? Any other questions y'all want to talk about? Anything else y'all want? You thought I was playing with you. You thought you was gonna come in here and try to troll me and I wasn't gonna kick you, right? I only laugh with friends, fam. I don't laugh with people that ain't my friends. I only laugh with friends, period. Period. I only laugh with friends. It always kills me how people do some weird shit to make it so I don't fuck with them. And then they start saying, yo, why he got an attitude? I don't got an attitude, fam. I'm just not your friend. And I'm treating you the way that I treat people who are not my friend. It's not an attitude. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I never want to laugh with anybody that I don't think like me. So once I don't think you like me, I never want to laugh with you, period. There is no nothing. There is no we gonna be cool later. I promise you. There is no none of that. Y'all be dealing with people that don't got integrity for too long. That's all it is. Y'all be dealing with people that don't have no integrity. Y'all be dealing with people that don't stand on shit or don't stand for shit. Get it? So niggas just be liable to do anything. I'm not liable to do anything, man. The wild part is, y'all know I'm fun. Y'all want to hang out with me. Y'all want to enjoy my company. But y'all also want to be disrespectful. We just live in a weird time now where people haven't been being held accountable. But niggas really do need to get slapped in the face more often. And what it kills me is this. Somebody will do some weirdo shit, and then when the repercussions come, then all of a sudden they the victim. You understand what I'm saying? Like dude that ran up on me with the stick with the nails in it. Everybody that don't know, we was filming outside. So there's some homeless weirdo that they get to come bother me when I'm in Coney Island. So he came up to me. He had a big long 2x4 with nails in the bitch. And he started threatening me. Nigga, I'm not going nowhere. I don't know who lied to you. I have no idea who lied to you. But I'm not going nowhere. You're gonna have to do what you gotta do. I told him. I told him, you're gonna have to do what you gotta do, fam. I'm not going nowhere. I mean, y'all saw it. It was on live. I don't got a cat. It was literally on live. I'm pretty sure a couple of y'all was in there and saw the situation transpire when it went down. But dude thought since he had a 2x4 with nails in it, I was supposed to be scared. You understand? I wasn't. It is what it is. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. That's it. It is what it is. So people like that, because he immediately went and started playing the victim. Started talking about I was filming him. That's all. I wasn't filming nobody, man. I was busy over here filming. He was about 100 feet over there and just started yelling out, I was filming him. Why in the hell? I'm not walking around filming homeless people. That's not even what, I don't do that type of content. I don't do that content. I complain that the homeless people that live out there keep trying to get in my shot and trying to create a situation with me. Why would I walk around and film them on purpose? That don't make sense. These aren't people that want help. These are people that want to try to bring other people down with them. Why would I deal with them? If you wanted help, I would love to deal with you. To help you as best as I can if I had the capability. But these aren't people that want help. These are people that want to drag other people down with them. And there's a difference. There's a big difference. Just so we can be clear. So the dude was, it was online, fam. He thought I was going to run. He thought I was going to be scared. No, nigga, one of us is about to die. It might be me, it might be you. But something else was gonna happen other than me running, I promise you that. The fuck? It was about to go down, man. And then what happened? He throws his 2x4 in the garbage, and then he starts playing the victim. I was there filming for about a half an hour before the dude even got there. Half an hour, 40 minutes, or whatever the case is. He went, threw his 2x4 in the garbage with the nails in it, and then he started playing the victim. No, nigga, I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm not fighting with homeless niggas all day. I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna let you go deal with them. That's it. That's what I'm gonna do. Because if I handle it the way that I want to handle it, I might go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. Imagine going to jail because you had to beat up a homeless person that was harassing you. And then when you go to court, they treating you like you was the fucking agitator. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that, man. We're doing zero of that. I promise you. So nah, I'm gonna let them go deal with the police. The police told him not to come up back over there no more. And so he sat across the street the whole entire time looking at me sad. Fam, what's wrong with you? That's the type of time these people be on. And that's what we live, the world we living in now. Where people go create a problem and then play the victim. And I don't care what nobody say. That's the number one thing the Democrats do. They go create a problem and try to be victim. Hold on one second. Everybody is upset about the border. Now all of a sudden, it's not freaking this guy's problem. He didn't do nothing. You did it, fam. And I don't care if people don't like my political beliefs. I don't like the Democrats. I've been telling y'all I didn't like the Democrats before Donald Trump was even president. I've been telling y'all I didn't like the Democrats since Obama was president. I don't like the Democrats because I understand what their policies are doing. Y'all be agreeing to policies that y'all don't even understand. Y'all just agree with policies because they're popular. You know how strong it is? You know how strong you gotta be to not just go for something because everybody else is agreeing when you know that it's wrong? No other nation on the planet has an open border the way that we do. No other nation on the planet gives all of their resources to migrants and other nations. No other nation on the planet, fam. You trying to tell me that Biden just gave enough money to the freaking Ukraine that they could have paid reparations to every black person in America like twice? Why in the hell would a black person vote for Democrats? That don't even make sense. I'm gonna say that again. They just gave enough money to the Ukraine that they could have paid reparations to every black person living in America twice. They gave them something like $150 billion. Why would a black person vote for them? Like, that shit don't even make sense. And this is not me hating freaking migrants. I'm from the Bronx. All of my friends' parents were illegal aliens, damn near. Alright? And they all worked hard and were good fucking parts of the community. It's just we living in a different day and age. Copy? I'm from the Bronx. All of my freaking friends was Dominican and Puerto Rican. And if you know anything about the 80s in the Bronx, that means that 9 times out of 10 they were not a citizen if they was Dominican. And 9 times out of 10, they were born in Puerto Rico and didn't even know Spanish and didn't even know English. Part of it. These is my friends, the people's house I would go to every day, eat dinner, play with their kids. Everybody's talking Spanish and I'm in the house and I gotta figure it out. Nobody speaks English, or nobody's speaking English. I gotta figure it out. So no, I'm not against people that want to come to America and assimilate into America and do the things that we need to do, but I am against us giving our resources away when we have people that live here, born here, are American citizens and they need them. I am against freaking the price of inflation going up so much that now people can't eat out the way people were eating out before. So you know what that means? That means that jobs like when you're working at a Starbucks, jobs like when you're working at a Chipotle, jobs like when you're working at a McDonald's, now they have to figure out how they're going to fire people. Because there's not as much income coming in, because there's not as many people eating out. So now they got to figure out how they're going to lower their staff. Nobody thinks about that. Nobody thinks about that. Like, this isn't a thing that people consider. Did you see what just happened in freaking California? They raised the minimum wage to freaking $20 an hour. I think they had to fire something like 70,000 people who lost their jobs, man. Some like crazy number. Because now these companies can't afford to keep them employed. Because not only are now we paying $20 an hour, but people are not eating out because shit is too expensive. But people don't think like this. You understand what I'm saying? They don't use their brain. They just follow behind what everybody else is saying is popular. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody is too scared to stand on their own. They too scared to be on their own. They too scared. You know, a lot of people know that this is wrong. Don't get this confused. But they too scared to speak out. You know, once you speak out, everybody gonna hate you. They just too scared to speak out. They not strong enough to be like, yo, I'll just be alone. Nigga, I will just be alone. People know these guys are wrong. Don't get it confused. You know. We got a president that can't even walk on and off stage. We have a president that he can't even say 6 sentences together without messing up the middle of one of them or 2 of them. We have a president. I mean, it's at this point, and I just want to be honest. If you're a person that's saying you don't like Donald Trump, but you're also saying the Democrats have to find another person to be the candidate, right? Even though I disagree with you, I'm like, at least you're not blind, right? You might be deaf and dumb, but at least you're not blind. But if you're busy saying you're gonna vote for Biden after we're seeing, he put his head like this to the Pope's head, fam. The Pope. The Pope is supposed to be like the incarnation of God on earth or some shit, right? I'm not Catholic. I'm not sure what it's supposed to mean. But he put his head to the Pope's head like this, fam. This is the guy I guess is gonna vote for because you hate Trump so badly. And I want to just say something real quick for all the people that say that Trump is racist. I was alive in the 80s. I was alive in the 80s. And I was cognizant. I remember all of the good that Trump did for the black community. So y'all can't rewrite that for me. You can rewrite that for the people that weren't alive in the 80s. You can rewrite that for the people who just always believe that the Republicans have to be the racist party. But then I say, so why is the Republicans the ones that was the North in the Civil War? For everybody that don't know, during the Civil War, the Republicans were the ones that was fighting to remove slavery. Remember, Lincoln was a Republican. So the abolitionists, they were Republicans. The abolitionists were not Democrats. So people don't even know history. This is what I mean by, I'm gonna put you on the game. You know why we have social studies in school? Because I think during the 60s it was, they removed civics. Do you know what civics is? Civics is basically the class that teaches you the law, teaches you the Constitution, and teaches you basically like about all the law and the Constitution and shit like that. That's what civics is. They removed civics and put in social studies. So they didn't want us to know how the Constitution works. They don't want us to know how the Bill of Rights works. If they don't want us to know how the Constitution and the Bill of Rights work, that means that they don't want us to know our rights. So yeah, the abolitionists, they were Republicans. The people that fought to end slavery, they were Republicans. Dr. Martin Luther King, he was a Republican. When did everybody become Democrats in the black community? When they brought in Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is what changed all of this. Planned Parenthood. So this is, people don't even know what they talking about, fam. They just be talking. They don't even know what they talking about. And I just want to be clear on this. If you're an adult, I'm fine with whatever you want to do for your partner. If you're a grown adult and you want to have a same-sex partner, fine. That's between you, your partner, and God. That don't got shit to do with me. But when you want to bring those ideologies into the schools, I have an issue. So we're not allowed to talk about God in the schools, but we are allowed to tell kids to have books in the schools about kids doing stuff to other kids and doing stuff to adults, but we're not allowed to talk about God? I have an issue with that. I have an issue with that. Period. Y'all allow drag queens to go dance and frolic in front of these children, males, obviously drag, with Speedos and all types of other tight-fitting stuff on their junk, just jiggling in the kids' faces, but you don't allow Christ in the schools? We're not allowed to talk about Christ. We're not allowed to talk about the Bible. We're not allowed to talk about God. We're not allowed to talk about a nuclear family anymore. Talking about a nuclear family is some reason, somehow that's a bad thing. And then you wonder why the kids is doing all this weirdo shit out in the world. So once again, I don't have a problem with a grown-ass adult loving whoever the hell they love. That's on you. You've lived a certain amount of time on the planet. You've made your decision. These children are just unwritten, unmolded sculptures. I am not a fan of putting anything into their brains that's gonna confuse them. I'm not a fan of that. with that being said, I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody have a blessed day. I'm basically going so I can make sure that my phone don't die before I get home. So everybody have a blessed day. I love y'all. Go out there in the world, do something worth doing, and stamp God's name on it. Let people know that you come in the name of the Most High, fam. We gotta stop being scared to worship God out in public where everybody could see. I'm out.